Jared Gary.
And Jerry, what are you doing here today?
I'm here to have my presence known throughout the world and my hometown, Baltimore City, that I'm aware of what's going on in the world today with the economy, where the money is going and where it's not going, and that as of now I can no longer sit idly by and have money change hands to the wrong people who don't care about what's going on, and the people who help build this country up and help keep this country as it is right now.
Anything else?
We're here for all of those who can't be. Stand up, everybody, stand up.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure, brother.
Your name?
My name is Lonnie Miller.
And Miss Miller, why are you here today?
Because it is time for the people to begin standing up and having our voices be heard. There has been big money influencing Washington for decades, and it's gotten to the point where if you're a large corporation, you're more of a person than the regular citizen because you have more of a say. It's time for America to come together and express ourselves and let out the anger so things can begin to change. No change is possible, has ever happened in this country unless regular Americans were behind it. And that's why we're here.
Anything else, Ms. Miller?
Medicare for all. Anybody who's ever gotten sick knows that the biggest death panel in the United States is an HMO. And at this point, I am paying more for health insurance than I pay for my mortgage. So I'm a small business person, have to buy it privately, can't join a group.
Yeah, actually, I asked a friend.
I lose it, I'm going to die.
And they started
but I don't know how we're ever going to afford to keep it going.
Yesterday morning I had an answer.
Your name, sir?
It's not going to get
Adam
better.
Laws.
What is it?
Adam Laws, L-A-W-S.
Adam, and why are you here at the demonstration today?
This guy behind me.
What happened from today in terms of
Guy behind me, the guys are losing their homes, guys that are out of work. I'm here for those.
next time we're out here.
We stopped the greed, man.
But
Somebody said that a third of the city, of Baltimore City, lives below the poverty line.
I can see
what really
that.
bothers me is some
And
of
that's
those
going to
things
increase.
I guarantee you are struggling.
Unless something is done.
Yeah.
It's increasing every day.
There are people who are struggling to go
Yes.
against
I mean, people are losing their homes every day, so it's definitely increasing every day.
You want to give your name?
Oh, Valerie.
Valerie. Anything else, Valerie?
Just stop the greed. Show humanity. There's no humanity in government at all. There's no humanity in corporations.
Well, they sure showed that on Wall Street. They were allowed to bail out the banksters. They were too big to fall, but it looks like if you're poorer, it's okay. You can
Absolutely.
put you out on the street.
Exactly. You know, it's just so sad. It's so sad. I mean, we're sending money where it shouldn't go, and we got guys who are like living on the street and stuff. This is ridiculous. Like I said, people losing their homes, their livelihoods, everything. It's time for it to stop.
Thanks so much, Adam.
Thank you.
My name is Stephen Cece. I'm with the All People's Congress, and I'm out here today to show my solidarity with those who are mad and frustrated with high unemployment, with the banks being bailed out. And so I'm here to show solidarity with people in Baltimore that have come out, but also all those that have come out across the country. In New York, there's also Occupy all across this country, in Boston and Philadelphia. So I'm basically here to say that I'm in solidarity and that I'm tired of the banks being bailed out and Wall Street getting bailed out instead of Main Street.
And I understand, Steve, that the poverty rate in Baltimore City is alarming. Is that correct? It's like a third of the
it was actually reported last week in the Baltimore Sun that the latest census statistics show that poverty has increased by 20% in Baltimore. And we know Baltimore has always been a city with high poverty, so you just do the math, and a 20% increase, it just shows how bad things are. I mean, Baltimore is blighted with abandoned housing, high conviction rates, people with drug problems. These are all indicative of, cities that have high poverty, lack of jobs, and things of that nature. So it's fitting that we are out here, which this is sort of the center of wealth in Baltimore, to show that we are disgusted and that we want improvement. We want things, jobs, education, healthcare, and these things in Baltimore.
Thanks so much, Steve.
Okay.
Your name, sir?
Rafael Alvarez.
And Raphael, what do you think this demonstration, what do you think's causing all this, including the New York thing and wherever else it's going up at Wall Street?
Hard times. Hard times. The same hard times that Studs Terkel wrote about from the 1930s. You know, I think it's only semantics that what we went through from 08 to 2010 was called a recession. You know, I also believe that we probably are around the corner from a second recession.
So this is a bit of history repeating itself, going back to the 30s and just prior to World War II.
And there is a large gulf between the haves and the have-nots, and for some reason, since the Reagan years, the have-nots have remained quiet. And there are also have-nots that I would think would logically be with us that have joined the Tea Party. I believe that we have a lot in common with the people who are angry on the Tea Party movement. It's our solutions that are radically different. And I would like some outreach. I would like to find common ground with the people. Everybody's pissed off, but where's the common ground? I don't think selfishness and greed is the answer. Selfishness and greed seems to be what got us here in the first place. I believe people want to work. I believe people want good educations for their children. The regular average working American, I think, should wake up to see that the Republicans they're voting for to make it a Mayberry happy, lived happily ever after world have no interest. Why working people vote against their own self-interest is beyond me.
There have been books on it. And your name?
It's Sharon Black, and I'm with the All People's Congress.
Sharon, how do you feel about this demonstration that's entitled Occupied Baltimore?
Well, first of all, we're excited. I just got back from New York City at the occupation there, and I witnessed the 700 people who were arrested, and was part of a group, the Bail the People movement, who held a major demonstration against police brutality and the way they've been treating the demonstrators in New York City. But our members in New York are, working and involved in the encampment. But I'm very excited that it's happening here in Baltimore. In fact, our group is, we came here really to logistically look at stuff so that we could figure out getting a tent down here. Our members, many work, some are unemployed, some of us are older, but we're going to be sleeping out. And so we have to figure out how we're going to staff the tent, food. I'm too old, I got to get an air mattress for myself because I'm arthritis, but the younger people, my son, he doesn't have that kind of problem. We're going to be sleeping out. So we're kind of excited because this is long overdue. And so our slogan really is occupy, sit down, and strike. And this reminds me, we were out in Wisconsin, it reminds me of that. And hopefully others will be encouraged by what the kids and the young people are doing. And I don't think you're ever too old to get out here and be with the people. And the demands are, all sorts of demands, but basically the demand should be that people should take this country back. It really should be power for the people, not for the banks. I mean, we have Bank of America in the background here. This is a bank that's been bailed out, trillions of dollars of our tax money, and yet they're foreclosing people. How can that be tolerated anymore? And if it takes an occupation to change things, well, so be it. If it takes sitting in, sitting down, striking, whatever it is, there's a role for everybody to play in this movement. But this is long overdue. Egypt and Tunisia started it. I am so glad that it has spread to this country, and there's a lot that we're going to be talking about in terms of injustices of the system and how to turn it around. I think and the endless wars, you're absolutely right, Bill. I shouldn't be remiss in saying that. It's not only money stolen to bail out banks, it's money that's being stolen to exploit, starve, murder, and kill people around the world, whether they're in Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, whether they're propping up the state of Israel, wherever it is. You know, so there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing in the next coming weeks, but we're going to be out here. I'm very, very happy. I know that winter's coming, but you know, as it gets colder, we're staying out here, but if it gets really cold, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get up there and occupy the Bank of America. I'll tell you another idea. Wouldn't be bad when they go to shut all these post offices in the poorest of communities that we don't take our protests and sleep in there, just like we did in Wisconsin and Madison in the Capitol. You know, I bet you if people start doing that in mass, the rulers of this country will start to shake and will think about changes.
Anything else, Sharon?
No, thank you.
Okay, thanks so much.